Hi.
How are you?
Oh, great. I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. Yeah, everything's taken off as
Oh,
always. I think probably the three top things would have been the weekly calls. They were really good to be able to touch base because there's one thing doing a course. I find sometimes with those online courses that you do, outside of obviously Moringa, I've done a few of them, and they'll give you a link to a Facebook group. And they'll say you can, outside of the course, you do all your videos, you do your course, but then outside of that, you just come over to the Facebook page. And that's good for some things, but it's not as good, as getting that one-on-one time. Well, that was the other thing, is the one-on-one time as well with you was really, really good. But to be able to do those weekly calls where you're actually in person, you can write down your list of questions. You also get to interact with the other students as well. So I think that was really, really good having those weekly times. And then the one-on-ones as well. So you kind of went even further down and you were able to access the course creator, like face to face. I think that was pretty amazing. You don't tend to get that very often. Definitely having that more face to face interaction, that was definitely a bonus. I think also the breadth of the course content as well was really amazing. You got to cover some of the permaculture principles, you got to cover the soil biology, which I wasn't expecting any of those things actually in the course. So I definitely, that would be my second thing. And then I think the third thing would be, I think the pace was pretty good. I think I liked it. It was a bit challenging at times just to kind of keep up with what each of the weeks were, because, permaculture and soil biology is pretty intense, but you managed to kind of do a good summary and enough for us to understand how that fits in with growing Moringa. So I felt that was good for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but definitely, yeah. So I think they would be the three things: the access to you and face to face with the group as well. The length of time was really good. I like that 4 weeks. It wasn't too much, it wasn't too little, and the course content, definitely the breadth of it was really good. It wasn't just about how we're going to spread the word. It's like, well, you got to know what you're spreading the word about. And there was enough of that in there, I think, to be able to get excited, but excite other people as well. So I think that's the crux of the matter, really. You have to get a bit excited yourself before you can excite other people about it. So, but I think learning about Moringa actually helps you have that connection, because the more you know about it, the more you realize how much it has to give and how much it has to offer. So it's only when you kind of understand it enough that it's just amazing. I mean, they don't call it the miracle tree for no reason, that you realize just how much it actually has to offer humanity. But it's only when you get to that point where you kind of go, okay, this tree's pretty bloody amazing. But it's that same feeling of, it's this medicinal quality, which is so powerful that you can tap into it. And between Moringa and mushrooms, it's amazing how much those two actually are able to help heal and nourish and everything else. So that to me was what was mind-blowing, and I really enjoyed that understanding of just how powerful it actually it is, and how much it's going to be connected to me moving forward. So that was pretty amazing, because I think some people will come to Moringa and they'll want to know how to grow it, and they've heard it's a superfood, but they might not want to take that next step because they don't know it. They don't understand what it means to be an ambassador. It's like what I was saying to you. It's like you think that this is going to be like, well, what's this ambassador thing like? Am I going to be like a diplomat out there in the world? And then you realize it's actually about the connection. And they're like, oh my God, this is just an amazing tree. I just want to tell everybody about it, because they start to get the connection. But they're coming in thinking they're learning how to grow it, but they're actually learning how to connect with it.